Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Q&A in my car, and you might be wondering, why is she doing it in her car? Well, this morning Carter had a doctor's appointment, and then we went to go eat some lunch, and then I just dropped him off at school. We ate like an early lunch, and then I dropped him off at school, and then I went and grabbed a coffee, and my coffee was actually free, but I'll tell you about that in just a second. And so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna answer these questions that I asked on Instagram yesterday. I'm just gonna pull over across the street. I'm in my neighborhood, but like at the front, like where the pool is and stuff, and nobody's over here, and I thought this is probably really easy for me to just do this in the car. So I'm gonna answer you guys' questions while having some coffee. So if you guys are just chilling at home and you've got kids running around or whatever, I hope that you enjoy this, so we can just sit and enjoy some coffee. And even though you're on the other screen, I'm with you. Cheers, grab your coffee. The reason my coffee was free is because of the Drop app, and if you guys have not heard of the Drop app, then you're probably living under a rock, or you haven't been watching my videos for a while, because I have talked about the Drop app non-stop. I'm obsessed with it. I tell everyone I know to get the Drop app. The way that this was free is that when I shop, I get points through the app. So when I downloaded the app, I linked my card that I use often. You can use or link as many cards as you want, but I linked the cards that I use, and then I picked the stores that I shop from the most that they had like on their app, and Target being one of them. So I get points anytime I shop at Target using my card, which is every time, and those points build up. And it's not just Target, like I also chose Trader Joe's because I shop there a lot. I don't remember what the other places were, because Target is like my main source of shopping, as you guys know. So anyways, when I shop and do my regular shopping, I get points, and my points add up, and I get to redeem them for Starbucks gift cards, Amazon gift cards, Aerie gift cards, Nordstrom gift cards. They have like a whole list of, or a whole section on the app where you can redeem your points. So I have a Nordstrom gift card from using my Drop points, just from shopping at Target. It's free. It's like free. Like my coffee today was free. So if you guys aren't using the Drop app, check out the link in the description box below. It is free to download. If you link your card, you will be entered in a giveaway. You have to use my code or the link in the description box below, and you guys will be entered in a really awesome giveaway. All of that information will be in the description box below. But if you guys aren't using the Drop app, you're totally missing out. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't download the app. All right, I had a lot of questions being asked on Instagram. If you have been following me for a while, you will know that I do Q&As. I try to do them every like couple of months, because I get a lot of new people, especially on Instagram, that come over to my YouTube and vice versa. So sometimes I've answered some of these questions before, but you have to remember that not everyone has been OGs like a lot of you guys are. So anyways, I screenshotted all of these questions, and I'm gonna do my best to answer as many as I can without this video being an hour long. So I hope you grab some coffee. I'm gonna take a drink of mine. I have a feeling I'm gonna be talking so much that my coffee is gonna end up going to waste. I got a venti vanilla cream, vanilla sweet cream cold brew with cream added to the coffee. Is it true that YouTubers can write off anything they show in a video for taxes, like hauls? I have no idea. They might be able, I might be able to, I don't know. I did my own taxes this year like an idiot. I have done my taxes every year by myself. This year I almost wanted to hurt myself because it was a huge pain in the butt. I mean, you probably can, because it's like a business, like it's your business, but I didn't get nitpicky with the things that I was just trying to get through it and get them filed. So I'm sure if you wanted to get down to it and you have someone doing your taxes, which is the smart thing to do, which is what I'll be doing next year, you could put them, could write them off. I don't really know, but it sounds awesome. What time do you wake up and what time do you go to sleep? Well, pretty much Monday through Friday, I wake up at 6:45 in the morning. That's to take Carter to school. On Fridays, I don't have to take Carter to school. His dad takes him. Oh, I thought there was somebody like walking up to my car. It was a trash bag blowing. His dad takes him on Fridays, but I end up usually waking up at that time anyways because I'm just used to it. And then on the weekends, it's just whatever time the kids wake up, that's what time I get up. And then what time do I go to sleep? I usually try to get in bed no later than 11, and if I get in bed later than 11 the next day, I'm dragging. I would say my bedtime lately has been 10:30 or 11. What's your guilty pleasure TV show? The Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise. Anything with The Bachelor or Bachelorette, I'm obsessed. That's really the only show that I'm like, I have to watch. Other than that, I really don't care too much for TV. All right, so I know that this question was going to be asked 1,000 times over. So I'm just gonna go ahead and answer it because it's like a good 25% of all of these questions are, do you think you and Jeff will have more kids after this one? And I'm gonna give you the total, like, honest answer. I don't know. I have no idea. It's hard to say because I don't know what the next baby is gonna be like. I don't know what the family dynamic is gonna be like. I mean, it's borderline kind of crazy now, and adding another one, I don't know how much crazier it's gonna get. So if you guys are new to my channel, I have 3 boys now. I'm pregnant with a 4th little boy, and then I have a stepdaughter, and we have her every other weekend and then Mondays. So she is 9, almost 10. She's pretty self-sufficient. Like, she's not like taking care of another little child. She's actually helpful, especially when we're like out doing things. She's really helpful. Taking care of her is different in a way that's taking care of one of my little boys is. If we had one more, that would definitely be it. And I know I probably said that with this one, but like, that would be it. Like, my tubes are tied if I had another one. The other option that we have thrown about is adopting, and either having another child or adopting would come a little bit later. We would not have another child soon after this one is born. So if we decide, you know, 3 years down the road from the time that this baby is born that we want to have another one, or we potentially want to adopt, that's something that we're both open to. And if we get 3 years down the road from this one and think, you know what, we're ready to be done, then we're done. Another question I saw was like, are you 1000% closing the baby factory? No, I'm not. We're gonna be praying about it. I think that if God wants us to have another baby in our family, then we will, whether that be through having the child or also adopting. You never know. I don't know. What does your husband do for a living? I get this question a lot, and I guess it's because he works from home that people are curious like what he does. So he is technically the manager of hitting for Axe-Bat. Axe-Bat is a batting company. He is kind of like in a sales role, but he's also the manager like of that role. So he does a lot of work. He also flies around the country to different like baseball teams. He's been to like MLB spring training. He sees minor league teams, high school teams, all of it. So he's in charge of all of that. And then he also coaches a select baseball team on the side. It's just like a little side job. So it's a side job, but he also works a lot doing it. Like, practices are at nighttime, and on the weekends he has games, so that's, you know, keeps him busy. So did I ever picture myself having 4 little boys? Absolutely not. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that I would be having, or I would have 4 boys. I had mentioned on Instagram before that when I would play the game of life when I was little, I used to try to fill my car up with all the little pink girls in the back. Like, I just thought I was gonna have this house full of girls for some reason. And when they told me I was having a boy with Carter, I was like, what in the heck do I do with a boy? And I have 2 younger brothers. I don't have any sisters. I have one little girl cousin, but she is in 6th grade, I think, and that's it. Like, I don't have any other cousins. I only have 2 brothers. So I mean, honestly, like, all I really knew was boys, but still I was like, a boy? What? I never pictured myself having 4 boys, but now I think it is so cool. Like, it is so cool to have a little boy gang, and they're gonna have so much fun growing up together, so I wouldn't trade it for the world. Do you and Jeff have your finances combined or separate? Our finances are combined, but we don't ever like micromanage each other, so I'm not like obsessively checking the bank account to see what he spent money on or vice versa. We both work, and this is just, I don't know. I mean, we get our bills paid, we save our money, we try to be conscious of the decisions that we make, and we would never buy like something massive without letting the other one know. Do I have any tattoos? Yes, I have one tattoo. It is on my foot. It is Proverbs 31:25, and if you guys don't know what that is, it is my favorite Bible verse. I got it when I was going through my divorce, but yeah, that is my favorite Bible verse. How do you juggle all the kids all while growing your family? This is a really big question about how I juggle all the kids, how I stay sane. That's a big question. I guess for some reason you guys think that I am like, I don't know. Everyone's asking me for advice on how to stay sane, and I think that I'm like insane most of the time. I have my moments, okay? But I've just gotten used to it over time. I mean, boys are kind of crazy, and you just get used to it. You get used to the noise, you get used to the farting and the bugs and I'm used to it, and sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming. My husband is so good. He is like a saint, and I thank God for him every day. He can tell when I'm overwhelmed and when I need some time just to myself, and he'll look over at me, and I probably get a look on my face or something that's just like, I can't do it anymore, and he'll say, do you need to get out of here? He will let me leave, take a, you know, an hour break to Target and just walk around if that's what I need to do, go grab a coffee. He is so good about that, and if I didn't have my away time just to myself, I would go insane. So if that's something that you're struggling with, like, yes, I work hard keeping these boys, you know, entertained and to where everybody needs to be, and making lunches and bedtime routines, which I do a lot of by myself, but you also have to have a supportive partner who knows, like, she needs some time away, because that is everything to me. Time away by myself is just, it's like everything. So I'm so thankful for a husband who understands that. Do I ever have Sydney when Jeff is working? And how often do we get Sydney? I think she says she's also dealing with this type of custody situation. So like I said, we have her every other weekend, and then on Mondays. So if Jeff is working like a baseball tournament on the weekend, then yes, technically, like, she'll be with me. Like this last weekend, she actually went with Jeff to the baseball tournament because she wanted to go, and that's totally fine with him, totally fine with me if she wants to tag along. I think it's good for her to spend some time with her dad. And if it's something where Jeff is out of town, usually I'll just tell her mom, hey, Jeff is gonna be out of town, do you want to keep her? On her mom's side, she is one of 2 kids, and her older brother, which is Chris, which is Jeff's son, it's his ex-wife's son that he pretty much raised. So that's Jeff's oldest son, which is Sydney's older brother. I know, it's really confusing, but that's, her mom just has Chris, which is, he's in college, and then Sydney. So I feel like any extra time that her mom gets to spend with Sydney is important if it's her only child, her only daughter that she has. And so if Jeff's ever going to be out of town or something like that, I always offer, Jeff's going out of town, would you like to have Sydney during that time? And either way, you know, yes or no, that's fine with me. I just always try to offer, because I feel like that's just important for her mom to have her at that time if she wants to. Did you ever think that you wouldn't find a husband? Yes, for sure. My first husband was my high school sweetheart, and that doesn't really count, because I was like, oh, I'm marrying this guy, we're gonna live happily ever after forever kind of thing. And so after that, so after our divorce, I did think, I'm never gonna get married again. Nobody is gonna want to be with a 20, was I 22 22 or 23 when I was divorced. Sorry, I had to adjust the camera because I ran out of battery space, and then like a truck full of construction workers pulled up right behind me. So yeah, they're probably all watching me talk to my camera right now, but it's fine. I got divorced when I was 23, and I thought nobody is going to want a 23-year-old who's already been divorced with a baby. Carter was not even 1 when we got divorced, so I was like, not gonna happen. I'm not gonna find anybody. And sure enough, along came Jeff, and here we are. Do you ever have mom guilt? And if so, how do you deal with it? Yes, I get mom guilt every now and then. I think, honestly, for me, it's more like wife guilt. I don't really feel bad when I leave my kids to like go somewhere, because I don't go anywhere very often, and if I do, it's not for long. But let's say like I go to get my hair done or something, I don't feel mom guilt for like going to get my hair done. I feel guilty because my husband is watching the kids and I'm the one getting my hair done, and that's what makes me feel guilty. So I don't know if you consider that mom guilt. I don't feel guilty when I do things or go anywhere, because I don't do it very often, and when I do, I mainly just feel guilty because my husband's usually watching the kids, or I feel guilty for whoever is watching the kids. If it's like a family member or something, I feel guilty because they're the ones watching them. So I don't know if that's mom guilt or whatever, but yeah, I do feel that. I want to commend you for staying real and not being one of those fake YouTube moms. Oh, well, thank you. What you see is what you get with me. I'm not into drama, fakeness. I don't have anything to fake. Like, if this is my life, if you don't like it, then don't watch. You and Jeff met, did you instantly know that he's the one? Not necessarily. I think on our second date, he said to me, I think I could fall in love with you. And I felt like immediately, oh my gosh, this is moving so fast. But I also felt like somebody could actually love me. I felt very like unloved. And, you know, one day I'm going to make a video on, this has been weighing on my heart a lot recently, is I want to share my experience of being divorced and being a single mom and all of the feelings that go along with it, because I feel like if I went through that and I came out of it a better person than I was before, I wish that I had somebody like myself to tell me it's gonna be okay. And so I want to make a whole video, whether you want to watch it or not, dedicated to that, because somebody needs to see it. Somebody's going through what I went through, and I just wish that I had somebody saying it's gonna be okay, and I didn't. And I just had to believe that it was, and it was, but I wish that I had somebody to tell me. So anyways, I don't even know where that came from, but when we met, I think he knew quicker than I did. I still had my heart really guarded, and I was like, this is just too good to be true, and he's just telling me what he wants me to hear, and you know, all those typical things once your heart has been really, really broken, that you don't really believe about yourself. You don't believe that you're worthy of love. You don't believe that anybody could love you, that true love isn't real, that men are just men. And Jeff turned all of that around, and I broke up with him a few times just for fear out of all of that, and then eventually I was like, okay, this guy is for real, like he's the one. So I don't know, definitely wasn't instant, but I knew there was something really special about him. And there's also a lot of questions about, do I drink caffeine during pregnancy? And yes, I do. And I would assume that a lot of those questions are coming from probably a first-time pregnant mom, because my first pregnancy, I was like so leery about everything. And if you are worried about it, then don't do it, or ask your doctor and ask her what's a safe amount. This is the only coffee that I've had today. I didn't have a coffee this morning. I don't usually drink more than 1 cup a day. Like if I have a cup in the morning, I don't usually go to Starbucks, and if I do, I'll get something that's like a like the hibiscus drink or the passion tea or something. But I don't ever freak out about having caffeine. I think if you have like 8 cups a day, you should probably, you know, scale that down a little bit, but 1 cup a day is fine. Once again, I'm not a doctor, so ask your doctor if it's okay, and if you still feel uncomfortable, then don't do it. How long have you been vlogging? You come across so natural and never nervous. Well, thank you. I don't really get nervous to be in front of the camera. I get nervous if I have to like vlog in public, because that's just awkward. People don't know what the heck you're doing. They don't watch my channel or probably even know what vlogging is, a lot of people. So yeah, that's really awkward. And I don't get nervous, I just get like shy. I have been vlogging or making videos since Cooper was like probably 6 months or something. So gosh, 2.5 years. Yeah, probably like 2.5 years. How do you entertain your kids all day? Okay, I don't entertain my kids all day. So Carter is in kindergarten. Cooper is in a Mother's Day Out program, which is at a local, he's actually in 2 different ones. He goes to one on Tuesday and Thursday and one on Wednesday and Friday. They're both at local churches, and he goes from 9 to 2, and it's perfect for him. He loves it. He has learned so much. It has helped so much with his speech. I used to worry about his speech a little bit just because he wasn't like progressing as fast as Carter did. After he started going to school, I noticed a huge difference, and he has learned so much. So Cash is, you know, he just kind of goes with the flow. He takes a pretty decent nap midday, and he's a great sleeper, so he can sleep for a few hours. In the mornings, we'll go on some, like we'll go to the grocery store or we'll go to Target. So he does so well at the store. So it's after school that I have a problem entertaining the kids, because they're hyper, they're also tired, they want to go outside and play, and it is hot, and it's not even the hottest it's gonna get. So we spend a lot of time outside. I try to come up with things for them to do. They're allowed a little bit of iPad and TV time after school, but we don't do that all afternoon. So that's my biggest challenge, I would say, is entertaining them after school. That can be tough. We try to get out. If we get out, it really helps. If we go grab ice cream, go to the park, something like that, those are huge helps, because getting them out is like the best way to just keep everybody like not fighting each other, because once we're all in the house together, they just push and shove and pick on each other, and that's not fun for anyone. Is your husband fluent in Spanish? He can say like 15 words max. He barely knows any Spanish. Now my mother-in-law is fluent in Spanish, but I guess he didn't learn any when he was growing up. No, he is definitely not fluent in Spanish. Okay, I've got a couple questions on our business, Pop and Play, which is our kids play place. So right now we are still waiting for them to remodel the building. It's partially in their hands and partially in our hands. We of course just have to wait for them to give us the okay to go in and decorate the space and fill it out. But once that happens, the business is going to move very, very fast, and we're kind of teetering on the time of opening at the same time the baby would be coming, which would be stressful for everyone. So we're trying to figure out the best time to get this going, and it's a tough spot to be, because it's either we open and get it going right before the baby gets here, or we wait until after the baby gets here. So that's kind of where we're at. As of right now, it's kind of at a standstill, but I'll keep you guys updated as we know more. Did you guys ever try to conceive a boy, such as the shuttles method? No, we have never purposely tried to conceive a boy. I've heard all of the things for conceiving a boy versus a girl. Somebody the other day said, is it true that if you eat a lot of bananas that you will have a boy or something like that? Y'all, I am allergic to bananas. Sometimes I'll eat them just because I like them, but they make my throat really itchy and kind of tight, and so, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm allergic. I just try to stay away from them. So in each pregnancy and in between them, I've probably had like 2 bananas. So that's obviously false, because I'm about to have 4 boys and I rarely ever eat a banana. Anyways, no, we've never tried to have a boy. Do you ever feel overdressed? No. I remember when I was in high school, somebody walked by me at a football game and they were like, why is she always so dressed up? And that really hurt my feelings. Looking back, I'm like, I should have been so proud of myself, because I don't know, I was probably wearing a really cute outfit and she was just jealous. But I felt so embarrassed that she said that, and it really hurt my feelings. But now I'm like, I feel underdressed all the time, because usually I'm just like in yoga pants and a, you know, jacket like this. I've got on my leggings right now and some tennis shoes. Rarely do I ever feel overdressed. And if I am overdressed, I'm like, look at me, y'all. Look how hot I look. I am a mom of almost 4 kids. And check this out, I got dressed today, bam. Medication. Pregnancy always makes me depressed and anxious. That's what somebody said. I think they just wanted me to talk about medication. I also had another question about, am I still on medication for depression? So after I had Carter, I had postpartum depression, but I didn't ask for help. I didn't ask for any medication. Then I went through my divorce, which it was just a fun time in my life. But then I got through all of that, and then towards the end of Cooper's pregnancy, I got hit with just like a wave of anxiety and depression, and it was hard. I remember sitting on the couch one day. I was like 35 weeks pregnant with Cooper, and I was just telling my husband, like, I physically can't do like, I don't want to do anything. I'm just over it, like I'm tired, and I was just crying. I couldn't stop crying. I didn't know what it, like, so I called my doctor. They got me on Zoloft. After a few weeks, I was feeling so much better, and I was so thankful that I asked for help, and I was on Zoloft for a good 2 years. I stopped taking Zoloft. It was kind of by accident. I just kind of stopped, like forgot to take it really, and then I just completely stopped, and that was right about the time that I got pregnant. I didn't really do it on purpose. I just would forget to take it, and I've been feeling great. Sometimes I'll get like in a bad mood, or I do feel a little bit of depression creeping in, and I'll think, should I have stopped it? But for the most part, I'm feeling pretty good, and so I'm going to see how that goes, and I'm going to talk to my doctor towards the end of my pregnancy and see if they think that I should get back on it before the postpartum period hits, because they told me to stay on it for Cooper and for Cash, for postpartum depression, to prevent that, and it did. I didn't have any postpartum depression with Cooper or Cash because I was on the medication. So I am a little bit concerned about that this time, just because I don't want to have postpartum depression and I want to prevent that, but I also don't know, like, could I stay off of the medication? So it's like a tough place to be, but it's definitely something that I'm going to discuss with my doctor. But if you're feeling depressed and too scared to ask for help, ask for help. It was the best thing that I ever did. And the last question I'm going to answer, because I am like, I've been talking for way too long. What made you start YouTube, and how did you grow your following on Instagram and YouTube? So it all really happened organically. I think I started like making videos at a time before, like right before it got really popular. Now it's like the thing to do is to make YouTube videos or have an Instagram account that's really popular, but I started making videos before it like really took off. And I'm talking like right before. It was just something that I wanted to do. I used to follow Makeup by Tiffany D and a lot of like OG YouTubers back when I was in high school, and I always thought that was something that I wanted to do. My husband pushed me to do it. I started off with makeup tutorials and hair tutorials, and then it kind of slowly evolved into like a mommy vlogging kind of thing, and that's kind of where I found my niche at this point. I still like beauty products and hair products, but that's just kind of where I feel like I fit in the best. But that's how I started. And it just grew organically. I don't really have a secret of how to grow your channel other than work really hard, be yourself, and, you know, be consistent with putting out content. I wish there was some kind of secret that I could give you guys, but really that's it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I drank like no coffee. I hope you guys drank more coffee than I did. Don't forget to check out the Drop app. Get yourself some free coffee. If you guys shop at Target like me, you're gonna rack up those points really quickly. If you shop at Trader Joe's, you get to pick the places that you shop at the most. So let's get some free coffee, get a Nordstrom gift card, Amazon gift card, whatever you want. But make sure you check out the Drop app in the description box below. Enter the giveaway. I hope you enjoyed getting to know a little bit more about me. I wish that I could sit here and talk for like hours and hours and hours. I really appreciate you guys watching. It means the world to me. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this Q&A and coffee session, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. And I'm gonna drive home real quick and see my little man before I go to pick up my other 2 little men. So I'll see you guys in my next vlog. Bye.